This fragrance has been one of the most popular and hottest releases of the year. And if you stick around, you'll get to hear my hot take on it. Today, I'm going to be giving my official review of Amouage's Purpose 50. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, also known as ScentNick. I create fragrance content mainly in the form of reviews, but if you head over to my Instagram or my TikTok, you may see some pretty pictures or maybe what I received in the mail that day. And now, back to the review. Purpose 50 has taken the fragrance community by storm, and with good reason. It smells incredible, and it's a monster of a fragrance. Amouage is one of my favorite fragrance houses. I currently have about 30 bottles, and each one is unique and special. But then there's Purpose 50. And I'll tell you why I just gave that look here in a bit, so bear with me. Purpose 50 currently sells for $550 for a 100 ml bottle at retail. It has made its way to discounters, but it sells out incredibly fast. That's how popular this fragrance is. Also, $550 may sound like a lot, but I'm gonna tell you now, that's actually a bargain because this fragrance performs like none other. The perfumer of this fragrance is Quentin Bisch, and it's obvious when you smell it that this is his work. He is taking the fragrance world by storm. His perfumery is incredible, and it is the modern style. He is defining modern perfumery. His work is exceptional and has an insane amount of mass appeal. I would describe this fragrance as a highly aromatic, woody, spicy fragrance. The top notes of this fragrance are going to include frankincense, pink pepper, pimento, and bergamot. The main players in the opening are going to be the frankincense and the pink pepper, giving it this spicy, ethereal, aromatic touch, almost mystical feeling. The bergamot does what bergamot does, adding a little clean citrus, and the pimento gives a spicy, almost vegetal touch to it. The heart is balanced beautifully, and each note can be smelled and has its place in the blend. These notes include vetiver, sandalwood, rose, and papyrus. Now, from my wearing, the sandalwood and the vetiver are the star of the show again. The rose sits in the back, the papyrus is perfect in this. Now the sandalwood gives a very smooth, spicy, woody, aromatic touch, furthering that aromatic quality overall. The vetiver, to me, smells like vetiver acetate, which is a more modernized version of vetiver. It's not like the vetiver oil, which is more woody. This one is going to be a little bit green, more pungent and modern smelling. The rose, like I said, sits behind. You don't really pick up on it too much, and the papyrus is done perfectly. Papyrus can easily overwhelm a fragrance, giving it too much dryness, too much paper-like quality, but here, it just gives it more of that Middle Eastern feel, and it's lovely. The base, to me, is what this fragrance is all about. Notes include akigalawood, are you surprised? Mystical, suede, saffron, and vanilla. Again, these notes are all balanced perfectly. You can smell every single one of them, and each of them has their own place. Let's talk about them. Akigalawood, if you're not familiar with it already, is kind of Quentin Bisch's signature note. It's a synthetic molecule derived from upcycled patchouli, so it gives metallic, woody, and kind of green nuances, similar to patchouli and maybe a hint of oud. The Mystical is another very cool note in this fragrance. It's another synthetic molecule that Drydown has made, and it kind of gives a Middle Eastern, mysterious, deep, resinous, smoky, earthy vibe, kind of incensey, really furthering that mystical vibe, hence the name Mystical. It's perfect. The suede and saffron really play together to give a little bit of a dry leather feel to it. The saffron, a little less distinguishable than the suede, and both of them really acting as a supporting note to the rest of the base. They're not the most distinguishable, you can smell them, but really they're there to give dry leather, and again, that saffron, more of that Middle Eastern feel. The vanilla is soft, it's not overly sweet. Really what it's doing here is rounding it all out, adding the tiniest amount of sweetness, but the fragrance itself is not sweet by any means. The wearing of this is an incredible experience. It smells so good. There are many layers. You will find yourself going back and forth, realizing, oh, this note's playing here, that note's playing here. And it's a very cool experience. And you'll notice that akigalawood is there from the very beginning, and it kind of weaves its way through the composition. It's a spectacular wearing. Remember that hot take I mentioned earlier? Well, here goes. As amazing as this fragrance is, I often felt uninspired and kind of lacking a connection to this fragrance. I found myself getting bored and wanting a little bit more or something different out of it. Quentin is a master perfumer. There's no arguing that. But this is where I am. Fragrances like Kenzo Homme Intense, Kenzo EDP, Guidance 46, Bois Imperial, Ganymede. Those are all fragrances that he's done and have one thing in common. They all have the Akigala wood note in it, and it is very forefront, and they all smell kind of similar. This is the same way, but I will say, hands down, this is the best interpretation of that DNA. This fragrance is literally the definition of Amouage meets Quentin Bisch. That's all I have to say about that. So, is this original? No, it's not. The target audience of this is going to be unisex, leaning masculine, and really, this is suitable for any age. Now, the performance of this is the definition of beast mode. You're gonna get 20 to 24 hours longevity, no joke, and really, you only need about 3 sprays. Even then, people are gonna say you're overspraying at 3 sprays. You can get away with 1 or 2. That's how strong this is. It projects, and it sticks on you forever. This is definitely one that you only put on skin. I highly recommend you don't put this on clothes because it will never come out. This is a 50% concentration, guys. And when are you gonna wear this? Really, this is suited for spring, fall, and winter, and it can literally be used for any occasion. It has that kind of versatility. It works. This is signature scent material, guys. Now let's get on to that score. I am gonna give this an 8.4. This is exceptional. And yeah, even though it may not be the most original or inspirational fragrance, I can't deny that this is incredible. This is literally an exceptional fragrance. It smells fantastic. It is probably one of the best fragrances that has been released this year. If you don't want to drop that kind of money on this fragrance for a full bottle, honestly, look for a 5 or 10 ml decant. You're going to be fine for a long time. So that is my take on Purpose 50 from Amouage. If you enjoyed that review, please consider hitting that like button. Consider joining the channel by hitting subscribe, helping us continue to grow. And if you have any feedback, feel free, drop a comment. I'm happy to read it and take it into consideration. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.